So today we're looking at solving quadratic equations by graphing. We learned how to graph them last week, and we learned how to solve them a couple different ways in the last unit. We know how to solve them by factoring. We know how to solve them by using the quadratic formula, or hopefully you do. Some people don't. And then last week we learned how to graph quadratics. Today we're going to use graphing and solving together. So for a quadratic equation, which I'm going to give you an example here. Let's go pretty easy. Let's say 0 is equal to x squared minus 4. Now, the way that we learned how to solve it in the last unit was either by factoring it or using the quadratic formula. Today, we're going to learn how to solve that by graphing it. In order to solve it by graphing it, what you would need to do is, 1, get everything on the same side. So right now, everything is already on the same side, so you don't have to do anything extra with that. Get everything on the same side so that it's equal to 0. Step number 2 then is you're going to replace the 0 with y. So this is going to go from being 0 equals x squared minus 4 to being y equals x squared minus 4. So y equals x squared minus 4. Now, after this, you're going to follow all the steps that you would need to graph it. So for step 3, I'm just going to write graph it, and you already know that that involves a couple steps from last week, right? First thing you have to do if you want to graph it is you want to identify A, B, and C. All right? So, Katie, what's A? What's B? Good. What's C? Awesome. Once you know what A, B, and C are, the next thing you want to do is find out what negative B over 2A is. And so in this case, Elodie, this is going to be negative 0 over 2 times 1, which is what? Great. Okay, so it's negative b over 2a. B is 0, so it's a negative 0 on top, which is the same thing as just 0.
Yeah, but you said what's 2 times 1?
It's 2.
Yeah, she said 0, so I was confused.
Okay. She was just a step ahead. 0 divided by 2 is 0. Okay, cool. Now you're going to make a table of 7 values. So here's x and here's y.
Mr. Dad,
Yeah?
does math ever end?
No,
I swear, it's like numbers, it just never freaking ends.
it doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0 goes in the middle here. Kenna? 0 goes in the middle. And then what other values do I put on here, Kenna?
Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, 1, 2, 3.
Good. And then 1, 2, and 3. Alright, cool. Now, you only have to substitute 4 of these in to find the missing values. You don't have to do all 7 of them. When you start substituting stuff in, Kyle, if I put 0 in place of x in here, what do I get back out for y?
Negative 4.
Great. So the first point is 0, negative 4. Alright, Kyle, you're still on the ropes for one more. If I put 1 in here for x, what's 1 squared minus 4?
Negative 3.
Good. Now, if this is negative 3, since that's the center, well, no, you know that this is negative 3 up here too.
Oh. Well, wait, I'm so confused because
Okay.
like, in the beginning you taught us like if it's like 0, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, it would be different and we're going in order.
For something that has a
Or
square,
is that just on our homework assignment? Because like on our homework assignment there was one where it's like in the boxes.
right, and that's the absolute value, that's different.
Oh, okay.
If there's the square, then you put the center one down first, and then
Yeah,
like,
I got confused on Friday because you were trying to explain how to do that one with this problem and I was getting a way different answer.
Okay.
And that's what I was confused.
the
Sorry.
absolute value, which I think are 7 and 10 on Friday's assignment,
Yeah.
sorry, Wednesday and Thursday's assignment, those are different. You have to try all of them to see where the
Well, after I
turnaround
get
point
done,
is.
can I have my homework assignment back so I did them the way that we're doing these?
That's fine. Okay, cool. Now, what is your name? Walker. If you put in 2 if you put in 2 for x, so 2 squared minus 4, what do you get back out for y? If you put in 2 for x, 2 squared minus 4, what do you get back out for y? So what is 2 squared? Minus 4 is? Okay. One more. If you put in negative 2, what's that going to be?
Negative 2?
Mm-hmm.
Negative 2 times negative 2?
Which is?
Negative 4? Positive 4.
And then minus 4 is?
0.
Great.
It's like almost 8.
John, if I put in 3, what's 3 squared minus 4?
1.
Okay, what's 3 squared?
I know.
3 squared is? Don't say 6.
Don't say six.
The person who was whispering to you is not right. 9. What's that minus 4? Good. So then this is 5. Now, do I need to put negative 3 in, or do you just already know what it is, John? What is it?
5.
Okay. Alright, so now, if you were to graph this, I'm going to just do a quick little graph in my notes here. Maybe. What's the plan? Aha! I can. So you don't have to have the graph too. I want to show you something though, because this is where it picks up with more steps. Alright, so graphing this, guys quiet and listen please. So there's the y-axis. Here's the x-axis. I'm going to put down negative 3, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 2, 0. Negative 1, negative 3. What are you confused about, Kenna?
Nothing.
Okay.
Why?
0, negative 4. 1, negative 3. 2, 0. And then 3, positive 5. So here's what the parabola looks like when you graph it. Parabola. Anything that, like all of these square things that we've been graphing, they're called parabolas.
The V's?
The U's.
Yeah.
V's?
Are we done with notes?
No.
VU.
Alright.
Usually wants to pause.
I know you do. Like, just bear with me. It'll be okay. Now, the two solutions for this, the solutions,
Did you say 2 solutions?
yep. Because if you were to solve this using the quadratic formula, you'd get 2 solutions. Or if you were to solve it factoring, you get 2 solutions.
We have to solve one for this?
Well, and that's, like, it's already solved. I'm just going to show you how to do that.
Have we done this already?
Are we doing
Okay.
that on our assignment today?
Yeah. So the solutions for this are going to be at,
Wait, is this step 4? Or no?
Why
Oh.
don't we know?
it's at where the graph, yes, this is step 4.
Okay. Thank you.
Where the graph intersects the x-axis.
Oh.
So it intersects the x-axis here and here. What are the x values for those two places? 2 and what? Well, this one's 2.
0.
Well, yeah, this is the point 2 comma 0. And then what's this?
Negative.
Negative 2, 0. So the two solutions for x are just the x parts of these points. This
2 and negative 2?
2 and negative 2. So like if you had this equation, if you had to graph it, you would know that your solutions are x equals 2, x equals negative 2. Right, and I'll walk you through some of it if you guys want me to. Just like I did last week.
Don't you get the same answer if you did like the quadratic
Mhm.
formula? Then why instead
It's just
of
another way to do it.
Wait, so we just have to find that and just give the
using-
x
So we have to
easy.
graph every single time.
Way easy.
On today's assignment, yes.
In the quadratic. Are we done
After
now
that,
with
can
the
we
notes?
choose how we want to do it?
In the future, yes. If it doesn't specifically say in the instructions, yes, we should.
Are we on the Pop-Tart now?
Yes, you can go get your Pop-Tart now. Seriously.